This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Pull the hood release lever, located on the driver's side kick panel. Lift the hood safety latch and raise the hood upwards. Brake fluid level. The brake fluid level is checked by looking through the plastic reservoir on the master cylinder. The master cylinder is mounted on the front of the power booster unit in the left or driver's side rear corner of the engine compartment. The fluid level should be maintained between the max and min lines indicated on the side of the reservoir. If the fluid level is low, wipe the top of the reservoir and cap with a clean rag to prevent contamination of the system as the cap is unscrewed. While the reservoir cap is off, check the fluid in the reservoir for contamination. If rust deposits, dirt particles, or water droplets are present, the system should be properly drained and refilled. Top up the reservoir with the specified type of brake fluid until the fluid reaches the max line. After filling the reservoir to the proper level, install the cap and make sure the cap is fully seated to prevent fluid leakage and/or contamination. Engine oil level. Pull the dipstick out of the tube and wipe all of the oil away from the end with a clean rag or paper towel. Insert the clean dipstick all the way back into the tube and pull it out again. Note the oil at the end of the dipstick. At its highest point, the level should be above the Add 1 QT mark within the hatched marked section of the dipstick. To add oil, unscrew and remove the oil filler cap from the valve cover. Pour in the correct type of oil. Use a funnel to prevent oil spillage. After adding oil, wait a few minutes to allow the level to stabilize. Then pull out the dipstick and check the level again. Add more oil if required. Install the filler cap and tighten it by hand only. Fully insert the dipstick. Coolant level. This model vehicle is equipped with a pressurized coolant recovery system, which does not use a traditional radiator cap. A pressurized plastic expansion tank is located at the front of the engine compartment and is connected by a hose to the radiator. As the engine heats up during operation, the expanding coolant fills the tank. The level in the expansion tank varies with the temperature of the engine. When the engine is cold, the coolant level should be within the cold fill range marked on the bottle. Once the engine has warmed up, the level should be at or near the top of that range. If it isn't, allow the engine to cool, then remove the cap from the expansion tank and add a 50-50 mixture of ethylene glycol, antifreeze, and water. If only a small amount of coolant is required to bring the system up to the proper level, water can be used. However, repeated additions of water will dilute the antifreeze in water solution. Install the expansion tank cap. Drive the vehicle, then recheck the coolant level. Automatic transmission fluid level. Immediately after driving the vehicle, park it on a level surface, set the parking brake, and let the engine idle. While the engine is idling, depress the brake pedal and move the selector lever through all the gear ranges, beginning and ending in park. Locate the automatic transaxle dipstick at the left rear of the engine compartment, just below the brake fluid reservoir. With the engine still idling in park, pull the dipstick away from the tube, wipe it off with a clean rag, then push it all the way back into the tube until the cap seats. Pull the dipstick out again and note the fluid level. The level should be within the upper cross-hatched area on the dipstick when the transaxle fluid is at normal operating temperature. If additional fluid is required, pour it directly into the dipstick tube using a funnel. It takes about 1 pint to raise the level from the low mark to the high mark when the fluid is hot, so add the fluid a little at a time and keep checking the level until it's correct. Power steering fluid level. The power steering pump, located at the front passenger side of the engine, is equipped with a twist-off cap with an integral fluid level dipstick. Run the engine until it has reached normal operating temperature. With the engine at idle, turn the steering wheel back and forth several times to get any air out of the steering system. Place the steering wheel straight ahead, then shut the engine off. Remove the cap by turning it counterclockwise, wipe the dipstick clean, and reinstall the cap, making sure it is fully seated. Remove the cap again and note the fluid level. It must be between the two lines designating the full hot or full cold range. Be sure to use the proper temperature range on the dipstick when checking the fluid level. The full cold lines on the reverse side of the dipstick are only usable when the engine is cold. Add small amounts of the specified type of fluid directly to the reservoir until the level is correct. If necessary, use a funnel to prevent spillage. Windshield washer fluid level. Windshield washer fluid is stored in a plastic reservoir located under the right front or passenger side fender, directly behind the coolant expansion tank. Twist the cap counterclockwise and pull it off of the reservoir. Fill the windshield washer reservoir as necessary. Install the cap, twisting it clockwise to secure it when finished.